So as it turns out, it was actually a really big day for Sonic and Fortnite today. We got things like comics, the live event we need to talk about, leaks, and some things that have come fruition from the past few videos talking about this. But before we get into that though, make sure to like and subscribe because we are trying to reach 5,000 subscribers whenever we do that, and the likes really come out in the algorithm. Also, make sure to turn on all notifications so you never miss another Sonic we upload. So first, I think we should talk about the live event because there's the least amount of stuff to talk about there. So the Unstable live event happened today, and nothing too much happened, you know. I haven't been following the story this chapter, so I have no clue what's been going on, but they shot a big beam at whatever that ball thing was. It exploded after a few glitches and such, and then eventually a video game cartridge came down onto the center of the island and it started flashing a bunch of different games on it. These things included the original Sonic the Hedgehog game, a variation of the Sonic game with the Eggman logo on it, so you had Mega Man, Tetris, you know, other ones like that. I'm not sure if there are any others beyond that, but I think it's very clear these were the ones that were leaked back a couple weeks ago that we thought were going to be posters that appeared throughout the game, but no, these are for the cartridge. Now, most of the meat of today is going to be talking about stuff that happened before the live event, including this first leak that we're going to talk about here today, where just some kid leaked their dad's laptop, and it just so happened to have the key art for Chapter 7 Season 4 on it, which includes a bunch of different characters. It had a bunch of different gaming legends collaborations, including Pac-Man, Mega Man, Crash Bandicoot, Sora from Kingdom Hearts. We all kind of thought this was fake, especially looking at how Crash Bandicoot looked and Pac-Man, but then a couple of other things happened which I'll get into later. But what we want to focus on right here is the 3 Sonic characters that appear on it. You have Sonic, the main man himself. He looks great here. Like I said in my community post, I would not mind if Sonic looked like this, although I posted that when I thought it was fake. Apparently it's real now. In the very back, you can also see Eggman on his Eggmobile, as well as Shadow hovering up in the distance. Looks like he's also wearing that armor stuff too, which is even later confirmed by our next topic. This was apparently a work in progress, so it's not exactly final art, but you know, obviously a lot of this stuff will still be the same, such as the armor or maybe the placement of the characters, but little tiny details, like maybe the refinements of the Mega Man blaster on Jonesy's arm and how Pac-Man looks just in general. The next thing that leaked a couple of hours before the live event was a brand new Sonic X Fortnite comic. Now, this isn't like a full IDW one-shot or anything. It's only a few pages long, and it just goes over a little bit of how this all came to be, Sonic crossing over with Fortnite, and it's actually a really good explanation. Eggman and Genu, or whatever that person's name is, are working together. You know, they got the Chaos Emeralds, so they're in Fortnite now. Eggman's here just for whatever reason. Just go with it for right now. We don't know too much about that. And then Sonic and the crew have found a portal to Fortnite, and through that portal comes 3 robot versions of Sonic that were apparently made by Eggman but modified by Tails so that they can actually, you know, work in their favor. They take on Sonic, Shadow, and Knuckles as personalities, so obviously you can have them be all expressive in Fortnite instead of just mindless robots. And then they go back through the portal and jump onto the island. That's a decent explanation, and I know exactly why they had to do this. One, because I'm sure Sega wouldn't like the quote-unquote real Sonic to be running around with a gun and stuff like that. And 2, they needed to justify the shoulders somehow. Pretty much every single Fortnite emote has something to do with the shoulders, and given the fact that Sonic technically doesn't have shoulders, or at least in his modern design he doesn't, that would have to be a really weird workaround. You'd have to do like the Sonic Prime route where they technically give him shoulders, or, you know, this. And I think I'd rather them go with this because the Sonic Prime thing just looks a bit weird. Just like how many other people have requested, I hope there is an option to take them off, because while, yes, I do think this looks great, I would still like to have the option to not have all this future techno gear on them. But now knowing that we're getting Eggman, Knuckles, Shadow, and Sonic for the first wave of Sonic and Fortnite, that is going to be insane. Yeah, it was also apparently confirmed in the comic that Tails is trapped on the island, and about a day or so back, we saw a Tails trailer for the Sonic and Fortnite collab, so I mean, we might also get something for Tails, too. That is a lot for an initial drop, and I can't wait to see where all of this goes on August 20th, because that is the official start of the season, although we are getting a trailer tomorrow at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for the United States, and I can't wait for that either, because that's going to be our first official look at the Sonic skin in action. There was also another thing that dropped today after the live event, which I'm not sure where this is exactly, you know, if it's on Fortnite, if it's somewhere on YouTube, maybe like a Twitter post, who knows. It was this image showing a thank you, here's a little sneak peek at Sonic coming to Fortnite in collaboration, you know, Chapter 4, stuff like that, and it shows a little glimpse of the Sonic skin looks great. I hope all these other skins aren't in the Battle Pass because I do not recognize a single one. Maybe the one next to Sonic is a Tetris one. I have no clue. As it turns out, I also forgot to mention the fact that there was a new key art revealed for the Sonic skins, or at least the comic book variations of those skins, and they look great with the Sonic proportions. If we got something like a future spin-off with Silver and stuff like that, if the Sonic cast was to be brought into it, this is pretty much exactly what I think it would look like for the most part. Obviously, maybe without the shoulder stuff and the side pieces on their stomachs. But, you know, this looks great, and hopefully it looks anything close to like this in-game, because even with the little human proportions, something looks just a tiny bit off, but this looks perfect. This has been such a crazy journey over these past almost 9 months of us talking about Sonic coming to Fortnite as skins, and the fact that it's almost here with Sonic, Eggman, Tails, Knuckles, and Shadow is genuinely insane, and I'm so glad that they're going all the way with this. The Green Hill POI, the Sonic Mythics, all of the Battle Pass skins, all the stuff coming to the store, it's genuinely insane, and I'm so glad that Sonic the Hedgehog is the front runner of this season of the biggest live service game in the world. But yeah, that is pretty much everything I want to talk about today. Thank you all so much for just being with me on this journey from Sonic and Fortnite, where we first got that initial Adira leak, then we heard that Adira was getting sued, and then the Epic Games and Sonic and Crossworlds partnership, and then obviously all the leaks in July and early August, and then now we're finally here where we've actually seen the Sonic skin already. Crazy journey. Thank you all so much for sticking with me. Sorry I couldn't stream the live event. I had other things going on today. I kind of had to just go there for the 5 minutes that it lasted, and I had to leave. But, you know, it was fine. I didn't get much out of it, but, you know, I mean, it teased Sonic, so at least I was happy about that. Obviously, you're probably going to get a video tomorrow talking about the new trailer for Season 4, and I think that one's going to be a bit of a shorter one. It's probably just going to be talking about the gameplay, the Sonic skin, maybe what else is in there too. I have no clue just yet, but stick around for that video when it does come. So, let me know what you guys think about all of this down in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.